In modern life, the refrigerator has almost become an indispensable appliance in every household. It helps preserve food, keeping it fresh, and extending its shelf life. However, few people know that the habit of leaving food in the fridge for too long can turn it into a toxin reservoir that threatens health. Doctors have repeatedly warned that some foods, if stored too long in the refrigerator, not only lose their nutritional value, but also produce harmful substances, even increasing the risk of cancer. In reality, the refrigerator is only a temporary preservation tool, not a permanent shield against the natural decomposition of food. Therefore, using and storing food properly in the fridge is extremely important. In today's video from the Everyday Life channel, we will explore 6 types of food that should absolutely not be kept in the fridge for too long. Because with just a little carelessness, you might unknowingly introduce invisible toxins into your body and your loved ones. 1. Leafy greens left overnight, a dangerous nitrite store. Many families have the habit of cooking vegetables in the evening and storing leftovers in the fridge for the next day. However, according to medical studies, after 24 hours of storage, the nitrate content in green vegetables such as water spinach, mustard greens, celery, especially spinach, converts into nitrite, a compound that can be toxic to the body. Nitrite in the stomach combines with amino acids to form nitrosamines, substances proven to cause stomach cancer and various other digestive diseases. Moreover, vegetables stored too long lose vitamin C, vitamin K, and many essential minerals. Eating such vegetables not only fails to provide nutrition, but also adds toxins to the body. Therefore, doctors recommend eating vegetables within the day. If there are leftovers, they should be cooked immediately and never kept overnight in the fridge. Safer storage method. Leafy greens should be washed, drained, wrapped in moisture-absorbing paper towels, then stored in breathable bags or containers. Buy just enough and consume within 1 to 2 days to maintain freshness. 2. Moldy fruit, a toxin aflatoxin nest. A common mistake many people make is cutting off the moldy part of fruit and eating the rest. However, this is extremely dangerous. Mold not only exists on the spoiled part, but mold toxins, aflatoxin, ochratoxin, etc., have spread throughout the fruit, especially into aflatoxin, which is the strongest liver carcinogen ever warned about by the World Health Organization, WHO. The scary thing is, these toxins are not destroyed by high temperatures, meaning even if you cook, boil, or stew the fruit, the toxins remain. Eating mold-contaminated food for a long time can cause liver damage, immune suppression, and even cancer. Prevention. When fruit is moldy or smells strange, discard it immediately. Don't be stingy and continue eating. Also, buy just enough fruit, store it in a dry, airy place, or if refrigerated, monitor it regularly. 3. Processed meat frozen too long, an aldehyde bomb. Processed meats like sausages, Chinese sausages, and bacon are often bought and frozen for long-term storage. However, nutrition experts say that if kept for more than 3 months, these meats begin to produce aldehydes and ketones, compounds closely linked to cardiovascular diseases, neurological disorders, and cancer. Additionally, long frozen meat undergoes fat oxidation, producing a rancid smell and losing many essential amino acids. Even when cooked, the meat no longer has its original nutritional value. Especially children and the elderly who consume long frozen meat are prone to digestive disorders and immune decline. Safe solution. Buy just enough and use within 1 to 2 months. If freezing is necessary, divide into small portions for convenience and to avoid repeated thawing and refreezing, which causes cross-contamination. 4. Opened sauces and condiments, a Listeria bacteria hideout. Chili sauce, mayonnaise, mustard, or even soy sauce, once opened and kept in the fridge for more than 2 weeks, have a high risk of Listeria contamination. This bacterium can grow even at 4 degrees Celsius, the typical temperature for food storage. Listeria can cause food poisoning, with symptoms ranging from mild abdominal pain and diarrhea. to severe meningitis and septicemia, especially dangerous for pregnant women and young children. The worrying thing is that this bacterium is not easily killed by normal cooking temperatures. Proper use. After opening, sauces and condiments should be used as soon as possible. Always store in glass jars or sealed containers to limit air and bacterial exposure. Also, carefully check the expiration date on the packaging. 5. Meat and fish thawed multiple times. An invisible bacterial trap. A common mistake when using frozen food is thawing it multiple times. Each thawing causes protein denaturation in meat and fish, destroying their natural structure and creating favorable conditions for bacterial growth. Studies show that after 4 thaw cycles, bacterial counts can increase 15 times compared to the original. Eating such meat and fish can cause acute poisoning, severe abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and long-term increase the risk of liver and kidney diseases. Especially Salmonella and E. coli bacteria thrive in these conditions, causing many dangerous complications. Safe solution. When freezing meat and fish, divide into small, meal-sized portions. Thaw once when needed and use immediately. Never refreeze after thawing. 6. Tubers prone to sprouting like potatoes and sweet potatoes, a toxic solanine nest. Potatoes and sweet potatoes stored too long in the fridge or damp places tend to sprout. Many think that just cutting off the green sprouts is enough to continue using them. But in fact, solanine, a highly neurotoxic substance, has spread throughout the tuber. Eating potatoes or sweet potatoes containing solanine can cause digestive poisoning with symptoms like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and even seizures. Moreover, long-term solanine accumulation can harm the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. This is why doctors strongly advise against eating sprouted potatoes or sweet potatoes, even if only partially sprouted. Proper storage. Potatoes and sweet potatoes should be kept in dry, cool, well-ventilated places, avoiding direct sunlight. Do not store in the fridge because the humidity and low temperature promote sprouting. Doctors' advice for safe refrigerator use: not only paying attention to each type of food, but using the refrigerator properly also plays a decisive role in health. Keep the fridge compartment below 4 degrees Celsius and the freezer below 18 degrees Celsius. Separate raw and cooked foods clearly to avoid cross-contamination. Clean the fridge regularly, at least once a month. Use sealed containers, vacuum bags, or glass jars for better preservation. Additionally, some foods should not be refrigerated, such as bananas, mangoes, and watermelons, as they spoil easily. Dry nuts should be stored in sealed jars with moisture absorbers to prevent mold. Safe food is the first shield protecting each person's health. Especially children, the elderly, and pregnant women, groups with weaker immune systems, need protection from potential risks right in their own kitchens. Therefore, check your fridge today. Don't hesitate to discard foods that have been stored too long or show signs of spoilage or deterioration. Health is more valuable than any regret. Most importantly, develop the habit of buying just enough, using food promptly, and storing it properly. Dear viewers, today's video from Everyday Life hopes to provide you with useful information to protect your health and your families. Don't forget to follow the channel for more helpful knowledge every day. Wishing you and your family good health and peace.